Welcome to Doll Alchemy. Today's video will be a return to an older series I was working on of Greek goddesses, and I'll be making a Hecate doll today. Hecate was the goddess of witchcraft. She's not one of the Olympian goddesses per se. She's kind of the patron goddess of ghosts and crossroads and, nighttime travelers and some other spooky things. I have a bunch of dolls in my stock, but I haven't actually done a Spectra Vondergeist custom yet, which is what this doll is. So she's naturally just white, and then because she's, I guess, supposed to be like a ghost, her hands fade out to clear, which I always thought was cool. So I'll be using this one for my Hecate. So now that I've cleared all of her hair away, I'm going to boil wash her head. This is just so that I can get it off the neck peg without it breaking, so that I can continue to scoop out all the remnants of the original hair and the glue from inside of the doll's head. Once that's complete, I remove her factory makeup with 100% acetone so that I can get the head to its just base white. I couldn't quite get in there for the lips, but that's okay because I'm going to wind up painting over them. And I decided to reroot directly with this beautiful yarn that I have. I've never actually done it like this before. It's way too thick for the holes that pre-existed in the doll's head. However, I liked the effect of just using the straight yarn without having brushed it out or anything. It sort of looks like locks. So I've covered her head actually in this was an exploded balloon that my son had popped, and it wound up being perfect to protect the hair before I sprayed the face for her face up with Mr. Super Clear. And I've just been sort of lightly shading in her face with jewel tones. Unusual, kind of spooky colors. I very rarely see green eyeshadow these days. And I thought the blue lips were a nice touch, and I penciled in her eyebrows to match her multicolor hair. So everything that I've been using so far is soft pastels, watercolor pencils, and her eyes, mostly on the inside there, are just straight acrylic paint with some iridescent acrylic on top for the shimmer. Now that her face up is done, I'm going to finish rerooting so that I didn't crush the top of her hair there. And that came out great. I really love the color gradient change from the purple on the bottom to the orange on the top. So here's where I'm making the torch that Hecate carries. There are a couple of symbols that in ancient depictions of Hecate she's normally featured with. A torch, a dagger, a snake, usually also dogs because they're connected to the underworld, but I couldn't really figure out a cool way to incorporate dogs into this doll. So this is me just kind of gluing. I have leftover tissue paper from the holidays. I'm going to be making, just layering paper on top of each other. I see so many people making really cool things with LED lights and stuff in the doll community, and I am just not technically talented that way. So this is like my kindergarten interpretation of a torch. It was a chopstick and tissue paper and glue. As for her dagger, I reappropriated a Minecraft sword that my son has thousands of these laying around my house, it seems. So I just trimmed away the excess with an X-Acto knife and painted and added some jewels. It actually came out pretty great. I made her crown out of Warbler She's almost always depicted with sort of like a Statue of Liberty, like the spike crown. It's, I guess, supposed to be reminiscent of stars. I decided to use this great shimmery fabric to do a one-shoulder dress. Just keeping it, I wanted to, in my head, I kept calling them like moon tones. So I added some sashes. There's a key there. A key is also one of the symbols that she's often associated with. And I made her a little shawl, just again to add to that kind of like nighttime, spooky aesthetic. She's also wearing simple star stud earrings, and I'm going to make an arm bracelet out of a ribbon, and I'm going to try and make it look like a coiled snake so we could factor in the snake motif. And then I also made her a necklace out of some beads that I had, also trying to keep it sort of in moon themed. For comparison, I put her side by side with my Persephone doll. Persephone, of course, is the queen of the underworld, and Hecate has ties there through her patronage of ghosts. So that's that. I hope you liked this making of video. I really enjoyed making this doll. I think she's a great addition to my Greek Goddess collection. And if you enjoy my content, would like to see more, please like, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends on social media. Thanks for stopping by.